Good morning, Facebook friends and family members. I hope you're having a great start to the day. Well, this morning the cat ran across the stove and it was a bit warm to the touch. And she learned a very, very valuable lesson, and that is I know y'all wondering where's he quite going with this? But sometimes you have to learn a very valuable lesson. Sometimes God allows us to learn lessons, right? So the lesson or moral behind this is, I know a lot of people have been worried about the political state of America or whatnot. Sometimes America has to run across a hot stove. You have to find out that the stove is hot. And in the process of finding out that you can actually get burned if you run across a hot stove, sometimes, and this includes friends, families, loved ones, people that you know, that you're acquainted with. I've been reading in the newspapers. It's really been really funny. Not in the newspaper, but in the news, that a lot of family members are arguing, and they're arguing because of political boundaries or whatnot, right? Which is crazy as all that knows. But you do have to call the tree by the fruit that it bears. Now, you can't sit here and call an apple tree a peach tree. If there's something wrong with you, if you up here calling apple trees peach trees, and you see a big old apple hanging off this tree, and you calling that a peach tree. Now, I know a lot of people like to believe in this new thing, what they call alternate reality. In short, it's a lie. Alternate reality is what people call a lie, when they don't want to accept the truth. And so that's what's happening here in America nowadays. You just have to brace for impact. I mean, the Bible already told us that people were not going to be able to endure sound doctrine in these last days, and that they would follow anybody that would give them what they want. So I had a conversation with somebody a few days ago, and they was like, oh, Kamala, she was all about abortion and killing little bitty kids and all this kind of stuff. And, I was like, well, don't your party have the death penalty? I mean, where are we going with this, right? So your party has a death penalty. So you believe in spare the kids, but when they become an adult, kill them. Fry them by any means necessary, right? So, I don't get into the tit for tat type arguments or whatnot. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I believe in following the truth. I found it inside the Bible. And so I don't need a pastor to tell me what's in the Bible, because I read it for myself. It's good to have good pastors, and there are some fantastic and great pastors that are out here. But there's some pastors out here that are just straight up crooks. They are prophets. You know what I'm saying? Prophets. There's a lot of prophets out here. So you have to learn how to study to show yourself approved by God. And that means that you have to get into some meaningful Bible study, not just throwing scriptures at each other. So many people around the holidays are going to be throwing scriptures across the table. I don't want to be sitting at your table, y'all in there throwing scriptures across the table. Please don't invite me to any mess like that, right? But I like sound doctrine, and sound doctrine comes from you taking time out of your busy schedule, because you are so important, to study the word, to study the word of God or whatnot, to find out what is the truth. The Bible say rightly dividing the word of truth. And it also instructs you that in all you're getting, make sure you get some understanding, because a lot of people have been deceived by misunderstanding. I mean, we had Jim Jones in the 70s, 80s, or whenever Jim Jones hit. Jim Jones took all those people down to Guyana and killed every last one of them. So we got some present day Jim Jones that are out here. They're going to be running things. They're going to be ruling things, and they're leading a whole lot of people, So, but anyway, because the Bible even says the very elect of God would be deceived in the last days. So you got to be very, very careful who you're flopping with. There's a lot of pastors that are teaching erroneous doctrine. They're going around here telling people that these certain people are men and women of God. Well, the Bible says you know the tree by the fruit that it bears, You could tell the difference between a peach tree and an orange tree, unless there's something wrong with you now. Now, if you Stevie Wonder, I can understand it. If you Stevie Wonder, I can understand that you can't tell, you can't see the difference between a peach tree and a pear tree, but I guarantee you that Stevie Wonder can tell the difference between an orange tree and an apple tree, simply because of the other senses that he have or whatnot, right? His other senses are very, very heightened, you know, like his sense of smell or whatnot. So sometimes you got to use, if you don't have the sight, called discernment, and I understand that. I've been praying for a lot of friends and family members that are making bad choices, and you know, and so I pray that they have better discernment when it comes to making choices. And we all have been down that road. I've made some bad choices. You made some bad choices. We all make bad choices from time to time, you know, and we're all going to continue to make bad choices. It ain't because you did it in the past, you so holy now that you can't make bad choices. You make bad choices. You know, women always say, you know, my one woman to intuition told me he wasn't no good. Well, yeah, after you done had 5 kids by him. So here, woman tuition didn't kick it. I don't know, y'all, man. Let me get off of that. I know that woman's tuition didn't kick in when you was in love with him. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. You know them songs. Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. All right. Anyway, I wanted to say that I'm grateful today, and I'm grateful. You know what? I got up this morning, and the first thing I thank God for this morning? Socks. I got brand new socks on my feet, and it feels fantastic. Yeah, that's what I want to leave you guys with this morning. The simple things in life are simply the best. I have been finding myself, I pull out my socks, I'm like, this is a good sock. This sock got a hole in it. Then I get another pair of socks the next day. This sock got a hole in it. This sock got a hole in it. What? And then I'm going through day by day by day. All of my socks got holes in them. You know, you have to replace your wardrobe from time to time, right? I'm like, well, I must have been doing a lot of walking because I'm finding all of my socks got holes in them. Having to flip those socks around and adjust them a certain way. And God forbid if you got to go someplace where you got to take your shoes off, right? So I decided last Friday, I said, you know what? Today is the day that I recompense with this sock drawer. From now on, out with the old, in with the new, and I went out and bought me some new socks. I went to Target and bought me some new socks. I came out of Target Friday with my head way up there in the air, my chest stuck way out. And I said, I have finally accomplished life with a brand new pair of what? Socks. Something as simple as socks, right? So anyway, all of that I'm saying, don't sweat the small stuff, right? All this other tribute stuff or whatnot, just let it go before it stress you guys out, right? Before you get out there. I don't want to see you guys out there in the middle of the street shooting each other and all this other kind of stuff. So pray for Tuskegee University or whatnot. Anyway, socks. One of the most important things you could ever have. And guess what? This year, if you get a gift from me, guess what you're going to get for Christmas if you get a gift from me this year? You're getting a pair of, you already guessed it. Y'all so smart. With that note, I'm out of here. You guys be blessed. Most importantly, stay safe.